I'm sure everybody listening is refreshing plenty. I don't need to do that. Let me know if it ends so I can check if the prizes went out.
All right, I'm going to, we got kind of a small crowd here based on probably time of day and several other things, but I'm probably going to, let me see. I'm going to take a look at the questions. I'm going to go into the AMA channel. If anyone's here, they haven't asked a question, they have one, I think we're going to work entirely off the AMA questions channel today to keep things snappy and to let Exabyte get back to coding. He's in the middle of some big things right now he wants to get back to, but he didn't want to let it go any more days without giving you guys all an update. So got some pretty detailed questions in here. I think we should just maybe go ahead and start up, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, how does dodge work? Are dodge stats compared during every match, and the one with the highest stat will dodge and hit more than the other? If so, what is the threshold behind it? This person has more than 3.4k on dodge, and there are mechs I won't even hit once. They possibly do not have 5k, for example. So I'm just guessing if the threshold is lower. So yeah. This person wants to know how dodge works. Right. This is a common question.
Fine question. Yeah. So I'm not sure what they mean by compare every. Yeah. So the way dodge works is you have your total dodge points as is displayed as you can view. I'm pretty sure other people can't view that. And the two different players each have their own dodge score. And it compares them at the beginning of the fight and it sets up all the stats. And then if you're going to dodge, it basically looks at the ratio or the difference between your two different dodge points, and it uses. I had way too much fun with this. I really geek out on like the charts and stuff, and it uses a sigmoid function, which is like an S curve. And basically, what that means is that if you both have, if like one guy has 100 points and the other guy has 110 points, that extra 10 points matters a lot. You know, it's like you're 10% more. But if you've got one guy has 1 million and one guy has 1,000,010. The 1,000,010 is technically higher, but it's almost identical. So you could just say it uses a ratio. So it takes a ratio of the two players' dodge scores, and that kind of determines your odds of dodging on any given hit. There is a cap, though. No matter what you do, there's a floor and a ceiling, and I believe you always have a minimum no matter what the ratio is. I believe it's 15% chance to dodge. And I believe the ceiling is 95%. I could go back and check the code, but basically, if you roll a natural 20, you're going to hit anyway. The ceiling might be 96%, but yeah, it looks at the ratio of the two different players' dodge stats, and based on that, it runs it through an S curve and calculates your odds of dodging any given hit.
All right, good answer. That's a common question. Now, this is one of the most.
No, I'm sorry. Common question. Let me just say that again in a simpler way. Sorry.
Okay.
What's a simpler way I could just say this? Yes. If you have a higher dodge score, you will dodge more often, and it just compares the two players' movement scores, and whoever's higher has a higher chance to dodge.
Okay. So this next question is. I hear this all the time. A lot of people want this, and we want to hear it. You, as the game designer, what is your take on this? Is there a way to reset a mecha to be brand new again in the game? Oh wait, this is a little bit different actually. For example, if I buy a mecha on the market that has been used, can I reset all of its stats and start again at level 1? Okay, that's not quite as common a question, but we do have an answer for this one.
Oh, we do?
Well, we talked about this. Right now there's no way to do this. We recognize that people who've never played the game are buying mechs on the market that have been played into the game. Sometimes not very far, but that sort of like misses the tutorial for them. And so at the very least, when you buy a mecha on the open market, we do want to give you the option of going through the tutorial again. Now, a full reset and going back to the beginning, if we did that, it would require sort of removing all of that NFT's progress, and you'd go back to sort of like a square one fresh character. So you wouldn't be able to reset parts of it and keep other parts. You know, so if we do this, it would be a clean slate. I think that's what this person is asking and what they want. So that's the way.
That's a very reasonable request. So yeah, as you said, like currently that's just not possible in the code currently, but a complete reset actually would not be hard to add to the code. And probably could. It's just I want to be very thoughtful about it because some pitfalls are we don't want people like because it's irreversible. We don't want people like accidentally I've been playing this game for a year and I'm level 80 and I've got like all these gold medals and whoops I accidentally deleted my character and I'm back at level 1 or we'll put on a confirm screen and all that. But even with that I let my little brother use my computer and he reset everything. So I just want to be really careful. I don't want people to, just rage quit and accidentally reset all their progress. So we don't currently allow it, but yeah, but it's a really good point too. With when you buy a mech on the open marketplace, you might want to start over. So yeah, definitely we need to be able to rerun the tutorial, especially when you move into a different wallet. We can just detect, hey, you're in a new wallet. Do you want to rerun the tutorial? So that's all on the roadmap. Yeah. So in terms of resetting your entire mech, I don't know. I just keep thinking about it and I go back and forth. We probably will add it in if there's enough demand for it, but I want to be real careful because I don't want people to just to accidentally play for a year and get to level 80 and then accidentally or maybe somebody else somehow deletes all their progress. And then, people might claim that it was accidental and then they change their mind and they go back, but actually they really did do it, but they're claiming it was a hack or whatever. Or maybe it was a hack or whatever. Maybe their password, they don't have a good password on their laptop maybe. Although I really doubt a hacker would steal your laptop, go in and your password, delete all your progress. But, who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Okay. So like here's a related question. This is something a lot of people want to do. They want to reset their skill points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, that's kind of a similar thing. I guess we could do that. It would have to be, you can't just reset it willy-nilly. We could put in a system, actually, we kind of started coding a system where you can reset it like once every 10 levels or whatever. That's something that is definitely possible. But it's real, again, the level cap is currently, what is it, like 13 or something? I mean, before, a few months from now, people are going to be level. It seems like a big deal now. That is something we could add in. That's definitely a feature that we could add in. But we're we'll put that on the roadmap. Resetting skill points, sure.
Okay. All right. So we've got some very detailed questions from Nika654 here. How do the game attack and defense algorithms work? Is it possible to force a certain attack to be picked? It says that attack animations are random, not connected with the actual attack. I guess it is the reason why the same animation in a row results in different points taken from the opponent.
Sounds like he just answered his own question there.
Yeah, that's basically an accurate description. But
but I'll talk about it a little bit. So you buy your power cards or whatever, so you have your stats. At the end of the day, you got 3 scores. You got attack, move, and defense. And I'm not counting there's the other weird effects, but not counting things like a life bonus or aura. But you got 3 numbers. You got attack, move, and defense. And so when you buy a power card, if you buy like an attack card and it has like 99 points of attack, or you buy a movement card and it has 50 points of movement, those numbers get added up. And then that's your total number. So it really doesn't matter which specific power cards you have. It just matters what the numbers on them are. And then for the animations, we just kind of randomly pick one of the attack animations that you have. And that's how the display looks. But the actual cards, all that matters is the numbers.
Okay. Does it make a difference if I hold a bunch of different attack and defense cards or a big number of the same card? Should I still even hold on to the lower ranking cards? Or can they be an obstacle to a successful attack? It's never an obstacle to a successful attack. Again, it just adds up all the numbers. So if you have 100 different cards, it just adds up all those 100 different numbers or 300 different numbers. The only thing is that you're limited by your level as to how many you can use. This is kind of a different question, but related. As a lot of people listening, I'm sure, understand, or some people listening understand. I think it's 5 per level. So if you're level 5, I think it's 5 per level. I'm sure people listening know. You can have 25 attack powers. And if you have 26 attack powers in your inventory, the algorithm will just automatically pick your 25 best. It's always better to have the maximum amount, even if it only adds like +1. It's 1 more point is better than 0 more points. So yeah, it's never bad to have extra cards.
up to your limit, and then the only reason it would be bad is just paying the upkeep. That's the only possible reason. It's never bad to have cards, except for paying the upkeep.
When I'm running a negative balance on maintaining my powers, can I keep my money deposited in the bank where it is safe from stealing instead of keeping it undeposited where it can be taken by an attacker?
Yep, good question. And yes, you can definitely pay your deficit. You can pay your upkeep out of your bank. So first upkeep will look at what's in your hand, and first upkeep will take that. And then once that hits 0, then it'll take out of your bank. And then once that hits 0, then you start selling your highest upkeep card, or no, maybe your lowest upkeep card. I don't remember. It sells your worst cards. But yes, the answer is yes. You can keep it. You can keep it in your bank. Yes.
When will level tiered tournaments be available? Right now, the top 100 spots are taken by people who must be grinding the game day and night, which is good for them. For everyone else, it's an unreachable goal, especially if you're planning on adding players for years to come. And they have a couple of suggestions here. Is it possible to have a these are separate from that question. So I'll just say this. You don't have to be in the top 100 spots to win something. We do give away things all the way down the leaderboard. Every 100, every 50 spots now has a prize that you can win. Some of them are not just a more fun or end game. We actually give away soul all the way down to the very end of the leaderboard. So there are ways to win in the game without doing that. Plus, before long, we will be adding other random drops into the game of soul prizes, into patrols and things like that. We're focusing on other things right now, but that is coming. So you don't have to be a top 100 player to win some soul in the game. But I will let Exabyte answer the question about tiers.
Yeah, not soon. I mean, again, everybody's only level like 15. Maybe once we get players that are level 100, sure. But yeah, not the problem with having things tiered by level is, man, it gets really messy because then people just sandbag and they just camp at the low levels and they try to win those prizes, and then it just makes all the incentives super weird, and it makes the game way less fun because people are trying to not play the game and play the game by not playing the game. So really, the more right now it's beautiful because just if you want to, the more you level up, the stronger you get, And if you want to compete with the top 100 people, well, you know what? You're competing with the top 100 people. And I understand that, like, if they're grinding more, we try, so it's this balance, man. You can't please everybody. I really try to balance everything and make something for everybody, but it's so funny to me. Sometimes people complain that, like, hey, this guy who plays the game more than me just beat me, and I should be able to win the game even though this guy plays more than me. And I'm like, so just how would that even work? Like, I definitely, and then other people complain about the level cap. They're like, I want to play 24 hours a day. I want to grind. Why is this level cap holding me back? And I'm like, okay, fine, we'll raise the level cap. And then people are like, oh my God, now the level cap's too high and people are higher level and beating me. So, just the top one, there's only going to be 100 players that are in the top 100. No matter what we do, we can kind of change the mechanics to, I don't want to give anybody an advantage over anybody else. But no matter what we do, the guy who's in number 101 is going to probably be unsatisfied with that. But that's just how it is. Like, if you play the game more, if you level up more, you're going to be stronger, and then you're going to beat people. It's a game. Like, that's how it goes. People who put in the practice are going to win.
So I'll say this as well. Don't assume that every one of our tournaments, even if they're not tiered by level, that every one of our tournaments are going to look the same like they are right now. Like, there's going to be tournaments that reward weird specific builds. Like, one tournament is just going to be give an example, like Sabita, of an odd one that might come out in the future.
Well, there's a lot of different things we can play with the format, but one that rewards specific builds is, we can have ones that reward, like, the different elemental damage, like tech damage gets a bonus, like a tech build gets a bonus, or, speed builds get a bonus. We can have different types of tournaments. And related to that, actually, is the Olympics are coming up, and they're going to be fun. I'm super excited about that. And the Olympics, actually, are very much do not reward just the highest level players. Those are very much rewarded to be very specialized. If you really want to practice playing billiards a lot, you can win a gold medal in billiards. If you want to practice ping pong, you can win a gold medal in ping pong, and you might not, you might play way less than whoever's number one on the leaderboard and is winning the biggest soul prize because they're number one on the leaderboard. You can still get your gold medal in ping pong. without grinding that much, if that's what you choose to specialize in. So those are coming up. Well, the opening ceremony's already begun. There's not much going on in the game right now for the Olympics. That's going to be happening. I think the first event is Sunday, which is like Saturday night at midnight. And there's going to be really powerful prizes for that. There's going to be more fun prizes for that. All that is listed in the game. And one thing that I'm really excited about with that is there's very limited medals. So like in the King of the Mountain events, we give out, the top 25 players get a big prize, the top 50 players get a prize. In the Olympics, for any given event, there's a total of 7 events over 4 days, and every event has 1 gold medal, 1 silver medal, and 1 bronze medal. That's it. So there's 7 events, there's 7 gold medals out of all 7,000 NFTs. There's only going to be 7 gold medals. And as you can see in the game, they get a pretty substantial power. The silver and bronze are also substantial because, it's like winning a bronze medal in the Olympics. It's not exactly like you're, I guess you're not quite as good as gold, but seriously, you won a bronze medal in the Olympics. It's a really great power, and we're going to update the metadata in your NFT to say that you won the 2022 ping pong gold medal. That'll just massively boost your rarity. You'll be the only NFT that has a gold medal in 2022 ping pong, or a silver medal in 2022 ping pong. And that's going to be on your NFT. So those are the kinds of things, the kind of builds that you can specialize in. If you can't compete with whoever, let me see. Actually, has the event ended right now? Let me refresh. Nope. Hey, Lazy Pigeon just took number 1 14 seconds ago. Congratulations, Lazy Pigeon, and to the other thousands of players. Practice your ping pong and your push-ups.
Okay, so a couple of suggestions from this person also. They'd like to have a search option to search for leagues by name. So, yeah, because there's starting to be a lot of leagues now. I will say the scrolling through league recruitment is it needs some improvements. It's like every time you go into a league and you come back, you're on that first page again, and then you got to keep moving down, and it's not really obvious how those are paginated. So I think there's room for improvements there. But
okay, sure. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah,
we can look into that. Although to be honest, that's not the highest priority. We got some other really big stuff in the works. But yeah, definitely can put that on the list of thanks for the feedback. Yeah, we can try to make that UI better, make that experience better. Thank you.
Exabyte, should we drop an announcement?
Sure.
We're 20 minutes in, so we have the partner bonuses ready. All the NFTs. We have a bunch of very specific partner bonuses, and I'm gonna drop this link into AMA questions actually and let people play around with it. I've got to find it now. I lost it momentarily, but just hang on, bear with me here, and I will.
Wait, is that the link that I sent you? Is it?
Yeah.
That's behind the password. No, that's behind the password.
Oh, that's behind the password. Okay, never mind. I will post a screenshot in these. In AMA questions in just a minute.
I can probably do that right now. Here's some screenshots.
Okay, yeah.
I'll post that in. Boom. There's some example partner bonuses. Kind of random screenshots there. Yeah, in the AMA questions.
So partner bonuses have all been figured out. We have a big list of them, and they're going to be assigned randomly to partners. And then those will go into effect soon, but we want to get the burn event working first. So we want to get that up and running before we assign those, but you'll be able to see what they look like right now, what kind of power you're going to get. And the way these will work is when you have one of these partner NFTs, those are listed under partner NFT projects, right, in our channel there. If you are wearing one of those, like if one of those is piloting your mecha, you're going to get that while you have it in there. And you can swap those out. And your bonus will change every time you swap it out. So that's going to be fun. And they're pretty decent and interesting. They're all equally powered but different. So they're going to work with different builds. So some of you are probably going to want to seek out some of these obscure little NFTs that you might not have even heard of before just to get a particular partner bonus that you think might work in a certain fight. This person's asking for a smaller closing window of maybe 30 minutes to an hour instead of 4 to 6 hours. What do you think about that, Exabyte? I would say
Uh,
you like how it works now,
yeah,
right?
maybe. I mean, the event runs for days, and then the last 4 hours are all that matters. Um, I don't want to make it too small, but we can maybe tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, that's good feedback. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Are the special events in patrols a one-time thing, or can they be triggered more than once? Specifically, the ones with options or that hold a sticker on the patrol banner or boss battles, not the ones that use badges, etc. And secondly,
Right.
what? Okay,
Uh,
go ahead. Answer that.
yeah. Excellent question. Excellent question. Yes and no. So if you see once you see like the sticker, then no, they don't trigger again. Like you've done that one and it's done. The way the game stands right now. But you know what we should do? I'm just gonna write this down. I'm just writing this down. We could reset New Amsterdam. So basically, once the thing gets going, because the game's only like a few weeks old, and the idea is that once the game has been going for like a month or even a few weeks at this point, we could do it. We're going to start resetting those for the people who have finished them. So if you've finished New Amsterdam, and this will only apply to people that have finished it, so we won't reset anybody that's halfway through and you lose your progress. But we'll put it on like a schedule where every couple of weeks, hey, if you finish New Amsterdam, boom, complete reset. You can do all of New Amsterdam again. And I think we even track how many times you've done it, and I think it gets a little bit harder, and maybe the rewards go up a tiny bit. I'm not 100% sure about that, but yeah. So basically, every couple of weeks, we'll reset it. If you finish New Amsterdam, you can do New Amsterdam again. If you finish Purgatory, you can do Purgatory again. And again, because the game itself is only a few weeks old, we haven't done that yet, but we may as well get the ball rolling and start running that. So thanks for the reminder. Excellent question. I hope that was clear. I'm just going to repeat myself. As it stands right now, if you see a sticker, if you've done something, you can't get it again, but we will reset it if you finished, so you can do the whole thing again.
Okay, and what does switching from easy mode to hard mode do in the patrols?
Yeah. Every patrol has like a recommended level, and that's like kind of when we set up the original patrol and we set up the stats. That's what it's statted for. So, for example, like level 10. I think I don't remember which patrol, but there's like one of them is level 10, and it's statted for a player that comes in and they've been playing for a week and they're level 10, and then they fight the bosses, and all the fights are set up to be level 10, and the XP and the rewards are the powers and like the equipment don't really change, but the other rewards, like specifically XP and the bucks, are all kind of statted based on whatever that patrol is. It's like a level 10 patrol. It's balanced for a level 10 player. But 6 months from now, people listening in, you're going to be level 50, you're going to be level 60, level 70, and we're going to be resetting these patrols every few weeks. So you'll go back to New Amsterdam, but now New Amsterdam was designed for brand new players. They're coming in, it's their first time playing. Maybe they're only level 5. There's some patrols that are level 5. But you've been playing for a while, now you're level 60, you want to do New Amsterdam again, but it's just silly to do it as against a level 5 monster. So you click over to hard mode, and hard mode just changes it over to whatever your current level is, and it rebalances all of the fights to be based on your current level, and it rebalances the rewards, like the XP and the bucks, to be based on your current level. So every patrol has 2 modes, easy mode, hard mode. Easy mode is just the default, whatever it was balanced for, and hard mode is whatever your current level is, because, again, months from now, you're going to be level 60, 70, 80, and you want bigger rewards.
Okay, and finally, in regards to the Meltdown, does mech level play any role in Morphon and assets received? And I will say no. Every mech is equal with respect to the number in terms of like its level. Okay, another question here. Let me see. Items that apply.
Has the event ended yet?
What's that? Oh no, it's still going. Okay. Items that apply to a stat like reduce strike 10%. Do they reduce the stat by the original value a mecha has entered the fight, or do items that lower reduce by a set value? Reduce strike like, I don't understand this entirely, but reduce by 2/21 and then 10% are reduced by the other item. Does that make any sense?
Let me scroll back and see if I can see the question. So, I mean, if it says percent, it's a percent. And actually, so on those things where it says like reduce foe strike, that's That's not 100%. What that does is, maybe it could be phrased better. If you read the battle log, it explains it as it's happening. In the battle log, where every time you hit somebody, you have a chance of reducing their strike by 5% or 10%. And it'll say it in the battle log. So if you've got like some like Spider-Man's web, where you trap somebody in a web and you reduce their movement by 10% because they're trapped in a web, that only triggers when you hit them. And it doesn't even trigger every time. They can roll a saving throw. So that's how that works. But it is, if it says 10%, then it's 10%, and it'll be 10% of whatever their total stats are. They enter the fight after all their bonuses. They've got like 1,000 move. If you reduce 1,000 by 10%, now they've got 900 move. If you do that again, well, maybe this is what the question is. Then is it 10% of their 900, or is it 10% of their 1,000? And you know what? I don't even know. I'd have to check the algorithm, to be completely honest. But it shouldn't matter that much, because once you've reduced them a few times, it kind of should be lights out for them.
Okay, what do push-ups do, and can you explain the gyms and arcade? Also, I am feeling lucky and do not know why. What's the luck about? Seems like a lot of it will be burned.
Okay, so that's two different questions there. I'm going to take the first one. So push-ups and pinball and billiards, like I was saying earlier, probably this is an old question, but one of the big points of that is it's supposed to be like a parallel track of a parallel way to build and a parallel way to optimize your character and a parallel way to play the game. So maybe people are complaining that they can't possibly compete with the top players that are in the top 50 slots, and they just can't beat these people, but they still want to play the game. Great. You could go after push-ups. You could go after pinball. Maybe the guy that's number one on the leaderboard of the Big King of the Mountain, maybe he sucks at billiards. Maybe you could be the number one billiards player, the gold medal billiards player, and just not be able to touch anybody on the King of the Mountain. So that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be like a parallel game. So you have different skills, and you kind of choose what you want to optimize in. And then in the Olympics, there's going to be big, giant prizes for all of those skills.
All right. And then they're asking.
Let me talk a little tiny bit more. I'm sorry. Let me talk about a little bit more. Outside of the Olympics, because that's only, well, maybe once a year, more than once every 4 years. There are the gyms. So the gyms, I'm sure you've seen in patrols. There's a couple of push-up gyms. There's some pinball gyms, and if you can beat the owner of that gym, there's some player, or when we start the game, it's an NPC, but soon enough it'll be all players that own all the gyms. And in order to take control of a gym, you have to beat the current owner. If you beat the current owner, you gain control of the gym. What that gives you is a couple of things. I mean, first of all, it gives you bragging rights. I think it's pretty cool. But also, as the owner of a gym, you get some really cool powers. If anybody's listening right now and they currently own a push-up gym, they'll probably notice that they've got a couple of attack cards called, I think it's called Pure Muscle. And the mechanics are a little bit weird, but basically, if you own a gym for a couple of days, you'll get a couple of those cards. And just the longer you own a gym, what it is you have a chance to get one of those cards every time someone challenges you. So if you own a gym, somebody challenges you, and they lose, then you have a chance of getting one of those really good power cards, which makes your entire tune stronger.
Okay, let's see. Luck scores, we've addressed this before. We're not announcing anything about luck scores yet. Is there a set limit of items that could be dropped per day on each patrol? And will an item drop table be added to patrols so you can see some of the possible items to drop?
I would love it if the players would go ahead and make such a table. Go ahead. A lot of that's kind of mysterious. In terms of just like the basic drops, no, I don't think there's a set limit per day. There is a limit per day on how many times you'll run into gym on patrols. But I don't think there's a limit per day on just the basic drops, no.
Okay, related to the metadata change, which happened to fix spelling errors, etc., is it considered or planned to do a balancing of some of the metadata stats, or are these finally set now? Such as reducing a mech's stun chance down because he already has a big amount of aura.
Are you kidding me? No.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. No,
okay.
If you bought a mech and it has plus 10 stun, No, we're not going to fucking change the stats
Yeah.
on the NFT.
We're not taking it. We're not taking anything away.
Maybe I'm a little bit overly, maybe overly strongly reacting to that. I'm sorry. Apologize to whoever typed that. I'm biting my tongue.
He's a very, very smart and avid player, and he's just asking a question. So the answer is no.
Thank you for asking the question.
Okay.
Thank you for asking the question. We are not going to change the stats on the metadata, but we are going to update the metadata. So yeah, let me talk about that for a few minutes here.
Okay. Just to say this, let's talk about the metadata because this is important. But we have a lot of questions, so let's try to do like a lightning round after we get past this, and because you're doing more of an announcement here. So let's do this, but let's try to get past a bunch of them after this.
Great. Okay. So the metadata. Yeah, this is the opposite of a lightning round. I'm going to say a bunch of times. So me and my team, we're really getting control of the metadata. We're getting control of the blockchain code. We're a bunch of game developers, and we love developing games, but none of us, did any blockchain code until 6-7 months ago. So we're really getting mastery of it. And our first project is we wanted to change all the spelling in all of the metadata, and also because Magic Eden doesn't understand rectangles. And they just, I'm sure you see in Magic Eden when you go to sell stuff, it chops off the top and the bottom. So we're changing all of the images into squares so they look right on Magic Eden. And we're fixing all the spelling. That's just step one of what we're doing with the metadata. That's kind of our proof of concept to show that we can do this. And we are doing that, well, mostly. But you may have noticed there was a bit of a bump last night, which, sorry for that. I don't know. I'm debating how much detail I should go into. Not too much detail, but there was a little bit of a glitch last night, and I'm not even going to go into detail. I'll just say that there's a certain company that did some technical things that cascaded some technical problems. Sorry about the little glitch last night. That has 100% been fixed. There was a glitch with some of the Infungibles that had a triple-digit ID number. Nothing over 1,000 was affected at all, but we did like a test run on the first 999 of them, and it glitched on some of them. And that's all been fixed now, and that's why we very cautiously only did the first 999. We're very cautiously making sure that we get all of this right. But we're getting all this right. We have our tool set up and our infrastructure set up now. So now we basically got mastery of the metadata, and by next week at the latest, all of them will be square images, all of them will have the spelling fixed, and all of them, we're going to have control of the metadata, so that's why we'll be able to do things like adding a gold medal in the Olympics will be added to your metadata. We could even add fields like level, like what level your mech is, to the metadata. We could add all kinds of fields, what league you're in. There's just a world of possibility once we get control of this, which we do now. But again, right now we're doing it really cautiously and just really want to make sure that there's not any serious bugs, because we take this very seriously. These are your NFTs in your wallet. This is your property. And we're just being really careful to make sure that we don't fuck it up. And we're doing it. And we got control of the metadata, and now it's going pretty good. So that's what I got to say about that.
Okay. Can you explain a bit more on when the percentage HP gear is applied? If I put HP boosts, would that go into that or not?
Yeah, excellent question. So right, there's like your stat boosts of hit points, and then there's your equipment of hit points, and some of it gives a percent, and some of it gives a number. And honestly, you're just going to have to experiment as a player and figure that out. I don't even remember the exact algorithm, and it's,
okay.
Yeah.
Will there be regen items coming? Or gear?
Ooh, eventually. That's a great question. You know what? There might be a few regen items coming out of the Meltdown. Super rare regen item might if you melt down a mech.
Teaser. Okay. Is there a way to have a league? Yes, you can create leagues, and you go to home. What is it? Home league, right?
Yeah. If you're not in a league, I think you just want to create a brand new one. Yeah, just click on home league, and I think.
Oh, sorry, that's not the question. Let me interrupt. They want to know how to leave a league. They're stuck in a league they want to get out of.
There's a button. I think there's a leave league. It's probably the button of the bottom of the league page. Pretty sure bottom of the league page.
Okay. How do you guys level up so quick? I feel like I always have patrols going and I play a lot, but I'm just level 11. Is there a trick I don't know?
Dude, level 11's great.
Yeah, level 11's great. Exabyte.
I'll just think, here's something that has surprised me year after year of making these games and being a game developer is I am amazed at how much some people play some of these games. there have been times in the past where I design a game and I'm like, okay, there's no possible way anybody would reach level 50, before a few months in, and then a bunch of people do, and I'm like, how are they doing it? They must be cheating. They must be using auto clickers or something. And I look into it and it's like, these people just load this web page every day. They just play that much. It always exceeds expectations. People are just playing more than you would think is reasonable.
Okay. Let me see. We got some quick repeat ones here. Okay. Plans for leagues and Fight Club. I'll let you take that.
Yeah, excellent. Fight clubs, excellent question. Yeah, we should start those this week. So fight clubs, they're just going to be another arena you could fight in, and those we could roll those out soon. I don't think they're going to have. I kind of wanted to balance the prizes on those. Is the only reason. Let me add that to my list. Fight club. Plans for leagues. Yeah, so this is a little bit more long term, but man, they're going to be cool. So you have league HQs. Those are right. Yeah, you have your headquarters. Those are already rolled out. Eventually there will be league wars, and they're going to be awesome, and they'll be a lot of fun, and you can fight other leagues. That's all I'm going to say. But that'll be coming in probably a few months.
Okay.
Okay, I see somebody in chat saying there's no button to leave the league. I'll look into this. Maybe that button isn't there for some reason. I'm just writing this down. Maybe that button is missing. I will look into that. Hello, Nikolai654 or whatever. Writing that down. Maybe that button is missing. I will look into that today. Okay.
Yeah, so there's more questions about skill reset, and that I do hear requests for that all the time. There's this idea that a lot of characters have been ruined by poor builds. I don't actually believe that's the case, but this is and especially it's you're all still maximum a level 13, and there's so much more you can do. But so let's see. Luck, Fight Club, we've answered this. Luck is somebody's asking if luck counts towards anything now. No, it doesn't. Your luck score on your mecha does not count towards anything now. When next level raise?
Yeah, excellent question. That'll be a few hours from now. Basically, we're in this rhythm right now, and I guess this rhythm we're doing where I just raise a level cap at the end of every event. I'm not promising that's exactly how it's going to go forever, but that seemed to be how it's going this month. So yeah, later today, after the event ends, I'll raise the level cap.
Somebody's asking if luck can please have an in-game effect. Maybe some. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. That's not what we have planned for it now, but that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But it'll be a little while because we have some other priorities. We've got some big stuff we're working on, like partner bonuses, and we should talk about, the Meltdown and stuff.
Yeah. So Meltdown is right now we have the sweepstakes going. If you do any sweeping off the floor, please create yourself a ticket to the sweepstakes. And we're giving away really epic prizes. We're giving away 1 legendary. We're giving away 5 Solana spread across, I think it's 9 different people. Yeah, one person's going to get a full soul, and 8 or 9 other people are going to get a half soul. I forget how I did that. But and then we're giving away 5,000 Morphons to like a whole bunch of different people. And we're giving away 20 common mechas that can be melted down as well. So that's just a lot of prizes. And we only have, I think, 200 and something entries at this point. I feel like some people have bought some. There have been quite a few more than that sold during the Meltdown event, so some people are not entering. But, during the sweepstakes. So all of this is leading up to this Meltdown event, which is going to be next week at some point. We were saying Monday, but Exabyte really wants to be careful and make sure the code...
Let me talk about that a little bit. So it's not going to be Monday. I apologize. I'm even hesitant to even say next week.
Oh, come on. It's going to be next week. I'm hiring people. If we can't get
okay.
Yes, man.
So
we're in a hurry.
Really, absolutely, just want to make sure we get the blockchain code exactly correct. Don't want to fuck this up. These are your NFTs, and we could do something on Monday. We could do something on Tuesday, but It would be a rush job. It would be a rush job, and I'm not going to rush this. I'm not going to do careless. I'm not going to be careless about this. There's going to be absolutely bulletproof code, and just still only have a few months experience with the Solana blockchain, which is also changing out from under us constantly. And we're just going to take the time to absolutely make sure that anything that remotely touches the blockchain, that remotely touches your wallet, the code is bulletproof. And that's not going to be ready on Monday. I can tell you that much for sure. It'll be cool.
The glitch that happened last night, which was a company's fault, not ours, but it still happened under our watch. We didn't know that they had not passed off the keys for certain of these things. Anyway, that spooked us a little bit. We don't want to make any mistakes with your NFTs, so that's why we're gonna triple check this and make sure it's working perfectly. And
yeah, it's gonna be really cool though. So I'll tell you what. So in case anybody doesn't know, the basic mechanics are so you're logged into the game with whatever your main account is. You've got your level 13 or your level 8. You've got your main account that you play every day. But then in your wallet, you've got 4 other NFTs that maybe you play with, maybe you don't. And you take your other ones that are in your wallet, and you're going to be able to melt them down. Basically burn the NFT, and you get a huge in-game bonus. You're going to get a pile of more funds that's going to be at least 400 more funds per NFT, probably a little bit more, like 500. Let's just say at least 400. But not only that, you're also going to get, and I'll have all this on display early next week. The exact powers are going to be amazing. You get 3 things. You get a pile of Morphons, and you get a superpower that is going to be at least as strong as, what's the strongest one currently in the store? Like the 333. Oh, it'll be way stronger than the Enhanced Vaulting or the 333 Infinite Power. And the third thing you're going to get is you're going to get a random piece of equipment. And I will, sometime next week, I'll display, I'm still balancing these, but they're going to be really good rings, really good boots, really good helmets, better than the equipment you can get in the store right now. And you're just going to randomly get some random piece of equipment every time you melt an NFT. So if you see some boots you really want, maybe they're at, like a 20%. If you melt one for every mecha you melt, you've got a 20% chance of getting those boots. But whatever you get, it'll be something awesome. And if you melt 5 of them, you'll get 5 awesome things.
Right. Okay. So let's see.
Did the event end?
I don't know. It's 11:47 here.
4 hours, isn't it? 4 hours sucks. All right, sorry.
I think you guys have touched this, but I assume he's talking about Magic Eden. No comment. And Fractal, we are applying to Fractal. I'm doing that actually. I was doing that before this AMA started. So.
Oh my God! There's a fucking mailman. What? No, is it? No, come on. Who's fucking with me? There's no mailman up. Matt, you're fucking with me now.
All right, now what? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so we're going to get into Fractal as soon as we can, assuming they accept us. Okay, people are complaining. Yeah, no button to leave the league.
Well, somebody else posted the button to leave the league. I don't know. I'll look into that. Maybe it only shows up. I don't know. I will look into that. That's on my list. Because somebody did post a screenshot of the leave league button.
Okay. All right. So we don't have any new questions in the AMA. I want to talk a little bit about the staking feature, which is coming after this. We're focused on this Meltdown first, but we think that staking is going to be another way to give more utility to more mechas, to have more of them useful in the game. And so we came up with this staking mechanism where, as a player, you could take a couple of extra mechas or more even, and plug them in. And as long as they're plugged in, you would get a Morphon feed that fed right into your primary game character that you had designated. So that seemed good for people who are actively playing the game. But most of our mechas that are out there in the universe are not actively playing the game. A lot of you are playing the game and enjoying it. And you do want to have some extras that you want to absorb mechas, absorb Morphon points from. But there's this other category of people who just picked up an Infungible or two, and they maybe don't want to come into the game, and they don't want to like power up another mecha with Morphons. Most of our holders still just have one, and most staking mechanisms don't work like this. They let you just take your NFT, be it just a single NFT, and you can stake it on their website. And then you can get some sort of a utility token, sometimes a DEX tradable token. You get something feeding into that as a result of having that NFT staked. So we decided to reconfigure the way we're doing this a little better that won't take anything away from active players and will actually give you more flexibility. So the way we're planning to do staking is you can take any NFT, plug it into the game. You don't even have to really even play into the game or go through all that tutorial or anything like that. You'll be able to just go to like a staking page, a standalone staking page. You stake your mecha, and as soon as it's plugged in, it starts earning Morphons as a result of being locked up in staking. And you'll be able to like check its balance at any time. Log in with your wallet.
You don't have to play the game. It's a separate entry into maybe on the same site, but it's not in the game. You don't have to log into the game.
Right.
Some paper hands trader can just go and not even play the game.
You'll be able to get to it easily from the game. Maybe. Yeah. So, but so like anyone with an Infungible will be able to stake, and as they stake, they're going to build up a balance of Morphons, and those Morphons will stay with that Infungible's account, and so they're not going to. At least for now, they're not going to be able to be like transferred out to your Phantom wallets or anything like that. We're not actually minting a coin. This is still going to be an in-game currency, at least temporarily. At least for now, that's the way it's going to work. But the cool thing about that is that these Morphons will stick with that NFT. If you have one and you're not interested in selling it right now, maybe you think the floor price dropped, I'll just hang on to it and see what happens. You could just pop that into staking. It will like start building up a balance. If you just forget about it for 6 months, it might actually have a massive number of Morphons. You can sell it on the marketplace, and one of the metadata fields of every Infungible is going to be MP balance. So when you're out there looking around...
That's going to be... I think that's actually different than the Morphons in the game. It's going to be slightly different but related. You can trade the Morphon currency for Morphons in the game, I think, right?
Well, we'll talk about that more, but basically, like you'll be able to see how many Morphons an NFT has. They're going to be. This is like before we do it, like as a minted coin. Like right now, we're just going to be like building up Morphons in each NFT's game account. And so, as a player, if you want to have 5 extra mechas and plug them in, you can pull those out at any time and absorb their Morphons. There'll be a place where you can transfer them into another mecha's account, and so you can have one, like you can basically be a Morphon farmer with extra mechas, or you can go out and buy one on the marketplace that has a balance, and you can buy that and you can absorb all those Morphons as well. So the Morphon currency is going to start to be more flexible, and be able to, you'll be able to earn it with other mechas over time, or you'll be able to buy them and absorb them. And that's going to be the staking mechanism that's separate from this current upcoming Meltdown event, where you're going to be able to get a whole bunch over time.
Meltdown is first.
Yeah. And then, so anyway, those are some things we've added to make staking more useful to more holders of the NFT who may be playing the game or may not be playing the game. So let's see.
The event ended, meanwhile. Congrats to the winners. Congrats.
Latest tournament's over, huh? Okay. Yep. Someone's asking how many we can plug in. We don't know what the limit's going to be, but there will probably be some kind of a limit on how many you can, one person can have plugged in, but we're not sure about that. We have to kind of decide how that's going to play out. But, we want to provide utility for as many as we can. So, tournament's over. Like, give us the rundown. I'm not looking at the page.
Well, I mean, you can just view there's somebody took first, somebody took Lazy Pigeon. Congratulations. All the Soul winners will get Soul in your wallets today. Anybody that won a Morphon prize should already have the Morphon prize. I code while I'm talking because I'm not going to double check, but I'll just assume that worked. Anybody that won a superpower, won a selfie with Nova, should already have the selfie with Nova in your inventory. And I'm pretty sure you probably got an in-game mail, maybe from Nova himself, maybe. Yeah, you know what? Can someone in the AMA who won Morphons just confirm, or won a selfie with Nova Power, just confirm that automatically worked? Or else I'll take a look. I'll check the database. Oh, boom! Yes, it's here. So yay! So all non-soul prizes are done, and the soul prizes will be in your wallets within an hour or two. And we're going to start the new event within an hour or two. The next event will run through Wednesday morning, my U.S. time. Moving that back, based on the feedback just now, it'll end way earlier in the morning than it would have ended otherwise. But yeah, congrats everybody who won the tournament. The next tournament is still just going to be the same standard format. But because I don't want to mess with, because I'm really busy just getting this Meltdown working. I really want to focus on the Meltdown, so everything else is secondary to that at the moment. And just getting that exactly correct and not fucking with your wallets at all. So this next tournament is going to be just the same standard format, identical prizes, but in a few weeks we're going to start mixing this up, different formats in the King of the Mountain events. And then meanwhile, there's different format in the Olympics coming up. That's going to be fucking fun. Yeah, I could talk about the Olympics, but I guess whatever. People, you'll just play it. Nobody seems as if I guess I'm the only one that really cares about it, but that's fine. It's my game. I care about it. It's going to be fun. You'll see.
All right. Let's go ahead and we're coming up close to an hour. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, I think. And
sure. Yeah, I think. Oh, the leave button is there. Okay, I'm crossing that off the damn list. Yeah, let's wrap this up. So I'm going to start the next event. I'm going to raise the level cap. I'm going to get back to work on the Meltdown. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some new patrols are going to unlock with the level cap being up. They're mostly balanced. Mostly balanced. Yeah, they'll be balanced. Before I raise the cap in a few hours, I'll just sanity check all that. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone. And once again, I love this community. You guys are so supportive and so great. And, we're working really hard here. We're absolutely doing our best for you guys. And we're doing it because you guys are great. And we're doing our best. And you guys are just really supportive and understanding. Thank you for playing the game. It's really kind of the coolest thing. You're just playing the game and enjoying yourself. That's really the best. But also, we appreciate the love you're giving back and just like the feedback and chat and everything. It really does help. It really, just for me personally, just seeing those positive comments really gets me through the day, man. I get tired and I get frustrated when I can't fix some bug and I just get all bummed out. And then I look in the general chat and I see people just playing the shit out of this game and just clearly enjoying themselves and asking, like, how do I beat this? How do I do that? And that just gives me so much energy and just gives me the strength just to get back in and finish these projects. So really love seeing everybody play this game, loving the support from the community. Thank you again. Thank you again.
All right. Thanks for coming, everybody.
All right.
All right. Bye.